It's rarer in my experience that you get straight to single occupancy funding from the hospital system. So what we did to try and address that is on our Steadway website, we've got a free e-learning product, which is called the Insider's Guide to SDA. And genuinely, it's trying to educate people that may be sitting in that hospital bed, whether it be the participant or family members or even coordinators, to go, hey, there is this thing called single occupancy, and it is possible to ask for it. The ability of that. I think that single occupancy, you alluded to it directly, can also relate to, of course, your goals and how you want to access the community. It can also relate to evidence that may demonstrate that it's not suitable to live with others, right? So, for example, let's say I've got 100 incident reports or 100 ABC forms, etc. Those types of things for existing NDIS participants, they can, as well as the story in terms of familial goals and community goals. Would you agree that that type of evidence is also crucial if you're trying to go from group home SDA funding to single occupancy funding?
I completely agree. And, predominantly I like to think in a descending order of priorities, and the big one is safety. So that issue that you raised there, safety sits at the front of that one in my perception. And then there's the sort of efficient delivery of supports in a place. And sometimes supports, and you're more across this than me, I'm sure, can't be delivered efficiently where someone's behaviours, for example, make that difficult if there's other people and other co-residents in the dwelling. So yeah, definitely for single residency, that can be a relevant issue. And we often also deal with 3 versus 2 as well, whether a 2-resident dwelling might work, but a 3-resident dwelling might not. And that's a bit even more nuanced, because it requires an explanation as to why living with one other person who is SDA eligible could be okay, but not 2.
Can you unpack that? Because one of our SDA partners, for example, does have a 2-bedroom property, right? And again, it's going to be a common thing to go, oh, sorry, I've only got 3-bedroom group home funding. Oh, we need the How do you give me some examples of how you demonstrate that to the agency? I'm quite intrigued in that example there. Commonly,
we meet people who have sensitivities, who are okay with sharing with one other person, but 2 other people might be overwhelming, for example. That then relate to not just the person, but visitors, for example, or extra support staff. So it might be a tipping factor for them. Another example, which we do see a fair bit, is some people's support needs are so intense and the risks are so numerous and potentially devastating, that support workers being distracted by 2 other persons as distinct from one other person's increases the risk for things going wrong in supporting that person with those really intensely vulnerable support needs. There's 2 examples, and I guess if I had a clear today, I would probably be able to give you another 10 that we've worked with, but it is subjective for each case.